strong. Some of these younger players in land so well, and that's part of it. Handling how you bounce back from the loss.
Yep, true. 6,062 points is the margin right now of mathematically being able to go through. There is only one team here that can reach that at this event if they win it. That is Secret. But Liquid have 3,510, which means if they get 2,250, 5,700 is pretty good. And I don't think that's going to stop them getting to TI.
Realistically, the threshold is probably around 3. Yes. So realistically, these two teams probably in already.
Yep. All right, let's get into our first draft.
What do you guys think is... Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Real quickly, Bog, did you think going into this that Secret looked better than Liquid into this tournament?
It's hard, isn't it? Because Genting had the stand-in.
Yeah.
They had the issue, so you can't really measure them from that.
Let's say going into Genting.
Going into Genting, yes.
Yeah.
I did think so.
Okay, but now, do you think Liquid looks better than Secret? Because I do.
Yeah.
I do. I do think so.
From what they've shown, surely, right?
I think they just look so strong. They look so confident.
Even though they've had that one loss, drop down.
It's always the question when you're evaluating these teams, like, what's your horizon, right? Because I think we have a tendency to maybe overweight these recent series when, especially when the fields have become so close at these events, I tend to take a longer view. But I agree with you guys. I've liked Liquid's recent form just a little bit more.
Yeah, I agree. So who do you think is actually, for me, the most important thing for Secret is making sure Fada can have a... That's what I've been seeing, at least for them. When he starts to struggle, I feel like that whole team doesn't have anything to back up on. Sure, Puppy and Yapster, they make moves around the map, but when I see Fada, like when he was playing that Tidehunter, when he doesn't have a big impact on the game, they struggle super hard. And I think Liquid, they're going to be able to recognize that too.
I think that point is particularly well taken, particularly in light of what we saw last night, where the big game for Secret was that 5th pick of Baden, where he had such a synergy and such an impact together with that Ursa. So yeah, I think that's a reasonable point.
And be able to get Ace the edge when it comes to the draft as well, and whatever hero he has, it needs to be a stronger, because of the fact that Liquid is so good frequently at being able to shore up their lanes quite a bit. Like, if they get those kind of like very self-sustained solo type heroes and allow their 2 supports to be able to roam around, you want to make sure that Ace is such an impactful hero that it in turn creates problems for Liquid. You need to make sure that Liquid aren't just happy with the 1v1 against Ace. So I would say that's the other point. Those are like the 2 cores that you have to think about.
I was wondering if this hero is going to actually get banned out, because I know both of them favorite really highly, and it's the Elder Titan.
Yeah.
Because we've now been seeing the rise of it even more so. People were talking about, there's some counters to it, in particular the Lifestealer, which hurts him a lot, but overall, in the grand scheme of the game, that hero just has such an absurd impact.
But now, so for so many of the drafts, right, it's insta-click Razor. And Liquid has gone with that in the first phase, first overall several times. By the way, Flogged, I'm very sorry.
Okay.
I actually think you're so it's the Razor. I think Fog is right, because looking over the hero selection, you look at Fata, 13 games on Tide, 9-4, over 5 games on no other hero. They're really looking for a steady alternative for him to the Tide.
What I was going to bring up was, do you think this is one of those games, Fog, where, because they know each other so well, Kuro and Puppy, there is that element of mind games, but then double mind games where they actually mind game themselves by talking themselves out. Oh, he thinks we'll pick the Razor, so let's not pick the Razor, which is actually what Puppy wanted them.
There's going to be
an element of that in there.
I mean, there's going to be ridiculous mind games, right? We look and look, Naga's in the pool.
Naga Disruptor is both in the pool.
They just take the Razor, so you know that because they might be thinking, oh, if we pick the Razor, they might also just do what we do, pick Terrorblade. So yeah, we're definitely going to see massive amounts of mind games. Just from the start, too. These bans, we see Rubik Sanking Bane first 3 banned by Liquid. They're like, all right, let's leave the board open. Let's change the way this game goes. And there you go. Mind games.
Task Undying. Okay, all right, well, not completely outside of what Secret
they picked
have played.
Undying.
I mean, Tusk is fine.
Undying is inside of Puppy's most played top 10, but it's on the very edge of it.
And they played it here, right? I think I saw them play earlier in this tournament. Or am I wrong?
Honestly, don't know. And
I don't think I saw
Tusk,
maybe I just saw an Undying and it wasn't them.
So I mean, he's 1-1 on the heroes, Puppy, since January 1st. Yeah. I think it's the first Undying pick that we've seen.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah.
I thought
they picked it. They picked it. Liquid picked it in the last game at Dream League.
Yeah, and I don't think it's been picked here at all. No, it hasn't. It is a first pick right now, and it
if you dispose
either.
of the other Titan, I think Undying is probably the support that wins you, like, is the stabilized laner that is the strongest when it comes to like that harass focus.
It's one of the known heroes that is the dominator of Undying.
This is like 10D chess, man.
Yep.
And then they're going to go into 4-5 with Terrorblade ban.
Liquid, they're going to take that.
I think they're going to lose their mind. This is 200 IQ drafting.
We knew this was going to happen, right?
Yep, we did.
They banned Gyro as well.
For who? Liquid?
On Liquid.
I think
Because if you look at
Yes.
Secret's lineup, right, where they have Undying Tusk,
Do you know,
you have a
I
Gyro on
don't
top of
envy
that.
either of I really don't. Strauss, this-
What are you talking about? This is amazing.
No, but it must be really tough for you to kind of pick what's going to happen because
No.
I don't even think they know what's going to happen.
Picking heroes is impressive, but it's kind of a parlor trick. Like this, to me, this is an opportunity to sort of get inside the minds of two of the best captains in the world and understand why they're doing what their teams are trying to achieve.
Good luck with
Like
that.
that's amazing to me.
Good luck
DK
with
as
that.
well.
I don't think that they banned the. I think the Gyro they're okay with
Okay.
the Phantom Lancer. PL, it's that matchup that you get ahead on PL Gyro.
Yeah, for
TB,
me,
though,
it's the
definitely.
fact that you have really good enablers with this
Yeah.
Undying. But I think maybe DK problem.
You like Viper for Secret?
I wouldn't
I-
really think that they would pick it. I think Undying and Viper, it's such an immobile draft versus Phantom Lance.
Okay.
Sure, laning phase you might be able to dominate, but mid game, like those heroes don't move. Those
Yeah,
heroes
you want
are all
to
about
speak
grouping.
of parlor tricks. I think that like the whole Nether Toxin. I don't think it's like it's not a hard counter.
It's not a
It's
hard
like a
counter,
small
but
trick counter.
all right, fair enough.
You could play
Fair
around
enough.
it as a Razor also limits Ace, and I'm not sure how you feel about Brute situation.
The two other heroes that have been Ace's go-tos behind the ones that you mentioned, Luna and the Life.
Don't want to play Life
Yeah.
Stealer by any means.
Luna, I
versus
think,
this
is
draft.
right. Luna's good, and another one that they've sort of been pulling out at the tail end of drafts. They've been fifth picking Pearl Warlord. Quite like.
I think they had that matchup against Steeler, and then that Luna game, they left a Terrorblade out in the game. But here, Liquid are unlikely to pick it as their third. So that is possible. You do have problems with Razor. Like that's actually a traditional, just like latch onto a.
See what the GH hero.
Yeah, they opened up with 2 cores, like we said, we see that too often. And
Okay. This is a hero they obviously believe in for
Yeah.
mid one. We're seeing it first phase.
first phase they did it, now they did
Yeah.
it on.
Look at it. It's the kind of the corollary to the concern that you guys were expressing about mobility.
Yeah.
Secret, they know they want to be able to split the map.
Oh, they banned Earthshake.
Yeah, they banned the ES.
Yes.
Damn.
Secret banned
I was like, that could have been a secret hero. I guess they can't run it.
I don't know. Are we gonna see Whisper Spirit here for GH?
Our Spirit looks solid. Doesn't match up in the so good versus Undying or Tusk. Storm.
Oh, Rubik's still in the pool as well.
Still there as well.
I don't like this.
I think Earth Spirit's playable. Wisp is risky. I just like the Rubik because I like the Rubik here because either Kuro or GH.
Like Rubik.
Disruptor, I think you run into. I think you run into a little bit of potential trouble with the lane.
Gonna go
Because
Naga.
Undying could just run at you.
I think it's more about the grind. Not just lanes. They've already got Razor, so they have one lane's ours. And versus Undying and Tusk, these are the two subs. The double melees here. Storm, they've got a lot of close range heroes. Disruptor can
If they go the Naga Disruptor, like huge counter to Storm in a lot of ways. I feel like Naga is one of the that can kind of contest the Undying when it comes to owning the lanes.
What about the
Underlord
chain
into
for
a Razor
Liquid now?
as well,
Underlord into the Razor, and
because they could do PL.
yeah,
Razor.
this and they've got this is like a very I don't know how else to really describe it. They're all kind of melee in a way versus Disrupt. thrives when everybody groups up. You get much better chances of getting your static storm off in all situations.
A lot of time.
It's left as well.
Yeah,
That's hard because a lot of the traditional picks are just all taken out.
What about the Chen?
I think that Kuroki normally plays the Disrupt.
Does.
He's also the champ.
You don't quite have the setup.
There's
They
okay.
got the IO.
I really like that. Yeah. Turn around once you see the Underlord. I think the IO comes back on board because you want an answer to that ability of Team Secret to move around the map.
Is there still a Beastmaster? Is a
Oh, yes.
Beastmaster? I think they could go for IO Beastmaster.
I think that would be amazing.
Razor versus
The Brood is still in play for Secret.
Beast and TK.
and DK. That's what I
So
was thinking.
that's the thing, is whatever you go on.
Brood could definitely be. Then they're pretty much all melee.
I think the Brood and the even into the Razor. Like that's the thing. I know, but teams in this tournament, the top teams have been willing to pick that LD into the causing me to doubt myself.
Beast gets banned.
Meepo is a sick ball, actually.
And they're all melee, ready to go. So I think that other one, like you said, okay. Unless they... thinking they still could...
You're thinking like side lane Razor.
And there's the
They banned the
there's the
BO,
Brood
and then
ban.
they
I
could
felt
do
that they had to do that.
Like,
You guys like DK here?
I feel like that's the normal pick. Out of all the other offlaners,
Oh man.
I mean, like we said, these guys are just...
Yeah.
This is gonna be some interesting...
Mind games upon.
But that would
Mind
be...
game.
That's gonna be my...
Yeah, and first time here.
so do you think the Wisp and Enchantress's sustain, is that enough to make this like not a great storm? Because our choices all included like a decent amount of sustain, but like they also had lockdown. Naga, Dragonite. They weren't heroes that were...
There's Meepo!
Oh, I got
my
it, hell yeah.
God.
Good call.
Way to go,
That's
Fox.
sick.
Yeah, I think that's a
I
great
think they
pick
won
here
the draft
too.
with that.
That's the one I was thinking.
GG. Like, no, I shouldn't say that because this is going to be
You
an
shouldn't
amazing
say that.
game.
This
We
is gonna be awesome.
we do get a Meepo. It is the
Oh.
91st different hero used and picked at this tournament as well. Has it made the difference in the drafting decisions, Fog?
Let's go, Meepo. I haven't seen it in a while. I know
Okay.
this hero can be abused
The choices are Liquid or
I
Secret, but
I'm
you've got
excited.
Meepo. I
I'm
like
excited
it.
for
Okay.
Meepo.
It's a combination of AoE and it deals with split push from SWAT really well. I like it.
Yeah.
Secret.
Okay.
I think that this is actually closer than it might seem. The Meepo pick is a very good one. I think the first round, though, of this chess match goes to Puppy and Secret.
All right. Okay. Let's find out. We'll bring in our commentary team, boys. It is time for the quarterfinals: Liquid versus Secret, and you've got yourselves a Meepo.
Yeah, I'm kind of happy about that. I'm also very sad about the series because I don't
Yeah.
want to see either of these teams go home.
No, quite.
But this is fantastic. We get Meepo, we have Mind Control Enchantress. We're mixing things up a little bit here, Blitz. So not your standard run-of-the-mill day Dota.
No, it's not. The first series set that up already. That day is not going to be average day.
I blinked. I missed it.
That was weird. Man, that was. I still can't get over that first series. I know we're supposed to talk about the second one, but
Do you want to give a quick wrap up? Just to at least clear, like, just cleanse your thoughts of it before we focus on this this one.
I kept saying maybe is like the team that drops like random series to people, but there's like a different level to that. Losing in like 17 minutes, crushing like a row like that.
Yeah.
You expect a lot out of newbie. It just shows like the cool thing about that is it shows like how random Dota can be. In terms of like it'll depend on the matchup, who's who, drafts look like. So it's very hard to say like, oh, this team's garbage, this is good, because you never know, right?
Yeah. There's so many things like hey, Meepo gets picked up, you think the pick is really, really good. The panel, I feel really sorry for you guys when you're up there every single time. This is the team that will win this one. You never know.
Yeah,
And anything is going to be possible.
I mean, Fnatic, like, what do you think the odds were before that series? Realistically
But
speaking, right?
even the odds, like, about 1 minute before the end of that series.
Yeah.
Like, it was all favoring Team Secret.
Yeah, that was one of the weirder series that I've been a part of. Like, this tournament in general has just been odd. But who knows? I mean, I'm really excited for this one because this would have been my #1 and #2 team. So what I like to do before every tournament is I like to just poll the players that I know. The best team. It was actually pretty 50-50 split. Like, a lot of people said Secret, which would have been my choice. But a lot of people also said Liquid. Those were almost always at the... Nobody said Newbie, nobody said either.
I was waiting for the VG call in there somewhere.
It was either Liquid or Secret. Vici, they're doing it in one tournament. Still have a lot of Dota to play. These were, for most people, the consensus 1A, 1... Find out the order right now. Liquid has had sort of a... It feels like a mental block. They've been struggling against them. They lost 3-0 in Dream League, although all 3 of those games were very good. And they ended up getting 2-1 at ESL Hamburg, right? The last. So far, Grid feels slightly better in this match. This is kind of where Liquid gets to correct it all.
We'll see if they can. We just get a feeling of our lanes now. So Miracle is running that PL in mid with GH roaming IO against mid 1 Storm Spirit. Not a hero we've seen be that successful, or at least be the real reason why a team has been successful. YapzOr sitting behind them as always. This is just classic YapzOr for this entire tournament. Just try and create some problems for that mid lane and secure mid 1 his time. Fada playing the hero that unraveled Team Secret yesterday against Matubberman's Razor. And then down the bottom, the Meepo. Team Liquid actually came down here to break a whole bunch of trees and put down that one dire Observer ward. Do you think there's actually like a set reason too where they want to clear out the trees? Is it watching the pulls? Is it watching Ace die under the tower? The Thunder Strike will be enough. Mind Control with his attack will reach it and get the kill.
Add the pause to reflect on your mistakes. So remember you asked me, by the way, you said they picked Undying. And I said because they anticipate Liquid to take
the IO.
Yeah.
Do you think that, like, how's that meant to like directly counter? Like you pick up the Undying, you're just like, okay, so this hero, why does it work so well against the IO?
It's like strength-based heroes dying just decays. You're almost always gonna get a. But that's why Liquid also takes PL. PL takes down the zone so fast. It's like a hero counters. And Liquid, I mean, I think Secret were trying to dissuade pick. That's kind of been like the story of the tournament draft is if I take this hero, I want to make sure that you're not going to take what I think you're good at. Like, it's preempting it all. But Liquid do it anyways.
Starts his TP out. GH was only coming down to pick up that 2-minute rune so he could bottle it up. But ends up actually forcing the Undying to TP all the way back to base. And as well as picking up the Illusion rune.
Mid-1 makes me so sad.
Why sad?
Because it's like, I really need Storm to see some buffs.
So you don't want mid 1 to have a successful game?
Yeah, he always wins with that hero. Like, nobody else seems to win with it, but he does.
But it seems to work. Like, he wins with a hero because Fada is a real player. I think Fogg was saying this thing yesterday, where he's just like, as long as Fada is actually a real player in a game, then Team Secret, especially mid 1, always does well.
I would agree with that, but at the same time, mid 1 is a beast on this hero. He's one of my favorite Storms. Feels like he's one of the few people that actually, the only person that I've seen win with this hero in quite some time. So
it takes a lot to impress you for a Storm Spirit. Look at this blocking Miracle! He uses the small illusion to actually stop him. The shards, it doesn't block! Miracle away! Almost the save from YapzOr. Miracle just walks straight back down the mid lane. You shouldn't have praised him, Blitz. You shouldn't have praised him.
It was worth it for that. That was very cool. Miracle, presence of mind, uses one of his illusions just to step in front. The little things that separate players like that.
Oh, Puppey limps back on the bottom lane. Mind Control was already chipping away at him. There's the two-man, well, attempted decay. So he didn't hit anybody with that, and still TP out to safety. He only just arrived back there. He gets blood in his uniform, has to go all the way home.
He's still only level 1, by the way.
Yep.
Like, Puppey's had 0 impact in this. Meepo has been shoved out of this wave. Meepo's a nice hero in this game, but it's hard to enable him because the Enchantress is so good at just setting up for these click fights. Normally when you play Ench... Oh,
and GH can work together. Ace, he's already poofed away with that Meepo to try and farm up the camps, and now Ace will fall to Kuro. Stopping the pulls, these support combinations just been so active for Team Liquid.
Yeah, that's a lot of gold too. That goes to just 2 supports. A lot of gold in XP. You slow down the Meepo's farm, who hasn't even shown up in lane. So far the game has been very difficult. F1 lays down a Remnant Trap, but Miracle Doppelganger. Not easiest start right now.
This is just some ballsy stuff from Puppey. He knows there's 3 heroes on the other side of this tree. He just hit level 2, he's holding the point. Finally someone from Team Secret's coming down here, and it'll be Fada. He's got some decent levels, so he can easily stand down here alone. But now the lane change up. What, is mid one gonna go against the Razor? And then Ace has the mid lane?
He's gonna jungle.
That's it?
Yeah, you at this point, you buy Clarities. The downside though is he already has Ace doing. So right now, at 5 minutes, we've got 2 cores that are actually just hitting jungle creep. Think about that. It's so sad because you don't want to be doing this.
Yep.
Nobody's even taking advantage of mid. So,
at least Yapsol's here to try and stop GH, but he's in range of Kuro for the tether, and Puppey knows it. Snowball actually grabbing in Ace. They'll need to get the shards out. No, he doesn't. But GH, where's the stun? There it is. Earthbind is there, but it does not cancel the TP. So GH, all the way back home, may reveal the fact that Liquid have that aggressive ward watching Ace's farm pattern.
I think they would have realized that after the second. So far, so good for Team Liquid. This is a very blistering. Liquid has a good laning phase. It's rare to see them give up this kind of lead. In a position where not feeling very comfortable whatsoever. Normally, it's 8th game or mid one's game that isn't able to Toby, but in this one, I feel like either of them are really getting any real estate on the map.
Yeah, mid one's just battling directly with Miracle. He's a little bit of experience behind, but that's more of an even trade. Fada had bounced down to the bottom lane to try and take the farm down here, but Ace has still managed to find 33 CS. It's not that bad, but that doesn't really equate to net worth. He's sitting at 1.8k net worth to the 3k of Mind Control, who's number 1. And the rest of Liquid are right behind him. They have the 1, 2, and 3 position.
Yeah, it's really scary when you allow all 3 of Liquid's cores to get farmed. Because normally it's somebody getting the tank job. It's like, oftentimes Matama Man will just get ganked repeatedly or draw the attention of the supports. But they haven't really needed to do that as Ace. Once again, he's going to get gone on.
Yeah, he was actually faking his initiation of the Miracle. Bakuro in through the side, able to actually catch Ace just on the edge. Ace faking up the poof so he can actually get the last poof where the damages. 18 HP, he'll survive. But that was close.
Exhale, Toby. I heard you go.
I don't think that was me. I think that was someone down the corridor, but yeah.
That was scary. I thought the 2 follow-up hits would do it, but little scratches. Yeah, nobody hitting too hard on the side of Liquid, aside from Europe.
It's a good escape for Race, at least. That's one of those things he desperately needs to keep avoiding. Because Liquid, as you said, like, they're a fast-paced team. They like to keep the momentum, grab the momentum, keep the momentum. So they need kills. They need to keep the pressure on. There's not easy delayers from Team Secret. Kind of like the downside about the Undying. Especially when Yapsol still is not level 3 yet.
There's 3 heroes mid on the side of Good. I almost said 4, but that's just a Meepo. And they're not able to do anything about this. Miracle has already taken this tower to about half HP, even below that. Does a lot more damage to the tower than I anticipated, and no real response from Secret. We've talked about how important this mid tower is to the rest of the game, and the fact that they're able to do this in 8 minutes without a catapult not bode well so far for Secret.
Fortification slowing things down. The Shah's just trying to keep Kuro out of the fight. Miracle looking for the last hit. Puppey gets the deny. So at least they remove some of the extra gold, but Miracle could just go for the kills instead. With the help of GH, who's tethered himself forward, they want to kill off YapzOr. Snowball available, and he's heading towards Miracle by the looks of it. Yep, straight back up the mid, and YapzOr, well, you can shard to try and slow down the wave, but that's going to be all. There is no assistance coming from Team Secret. Puppey and YapzOr are just taking it for the team.
This is so problematic right now for Team Secret because we talked about how the early game is determined by your 4 position. If you're a 4 position player, you need somewhere on the map to do something. You need to be able to kill somebody, pressure somebody. Where exactly is YapzOr supposed to go in this kind of draft? He can't really help his Meepo because it's an Enchantress. You're not going to go and gank a Razor, that's a dead lane hero, and a Phantom Lancer has an escape ability over your shards. So now you're in a position where all 3 of your cores can't do anything. Your 4 position doesn't really have a game. And look at that is one of the... There is no brakes on that train. Normally there's like a little bit of a bump. That is almost straight down.
They're thinking about a fight over onto Miracle. He's been hit by Decay a couple of times, and this is why mid one wants to jump forward. Has no points up in Electric Vortex, so no control ability onto Miracle, and here comes GH flying over the trees. Another Decay. Miracle, the shards will block him in, but it won't really matter. He's still got 17 one-shots up his sleeve, so they go for GH mid one and YapzOr teaming up on him. Farter, the Rift, it will not get him out to safety. And now they even glimpse YapzOr up and into the wall. He starts his TP, and Miracle just wants blood. He'll claim YapzOr. 7-1 on the board, and this game has escalated quickly.
Yeah, that's 6k gold at just 9 minutes into the game. They finally get themselves on the board. No shutout here, but Liquid are on a very steady roll so far. All 3 of their cores in very good shape right now. As Mind Control... This is the problem when you play against offlane Enchantress, is sometimes she gets these games where nobody wants to be in her lane, Toby.
Bottom lane, Farter, he's got no Pit of Malice. They don't have a control.
Yeah, they have the one stun from the Tusk, and that's about it.
I kind of got semi excited because I'm like, you know what? Farter's just going to like lock him in position. The Rift comes in, YapzOr holds him in with shards, right? But it's... Yeah, not happening.
I'm still pretty certain that wouldn't be enough to kill. That's why things feel pretty rough right now for Secret, is they can't kill anybody. Dota is based on the fact like, okay, if we bring 3 heroes down here, we should be able to get a kill. But do they really kill this Enchantress? She's got a 10-minute 4-staff.
Yeah.
They don't have Magic Burst on their side.
And she keeps carrying this catapult with her, with the Blightstone, now the double catapult wave. Like, they need to react though, or else Mind Controls is going to continue to take more and more building.
Then they go hit Roshan. They take all your tier 2s and your tier 1s. You got to make a play somewhere. Smoke, try to gank one of the cores. I think Razor at this point might have been one of the easiest, but if you look, Muntama Man has already anticipated that.
Yep. Miracle's also moved down to this bottom lane just to ensure tier 2 tower drops 11 minutes into the game. And Storm has to ball landing away. Mid one, not a lot of mana to work with here. I know where... No, they're not going to go up. They just claim more buildings. Yeah. They actually smoke. This was under vision of the Radiant Obs and Sentry Ward, so Team Secret are fully aware. Yeah, but Mind Control's in mid lane. Be a quick tier 2.
You got to defend something. If you're on the side of Secret, you're watching Liquid right now just march down your base, take whatever they want.
But if you fight, you kind of out of the game, right? Like, Ace is still trying to play catch-up game. Like, he's just hit level 10. He's actually building Shadow Blade onto this Meepo.
Trying to get Silver Edge so he can blow up the supports, and especially the Enchantress. Kind of top the problem list.
GH is on it. He understands that something is wrong. Ace actually TPing back with one of his Meepos, the one that just used the poo. And will escape as he understands that Liquid are on the hunt for him now.
Very nice move by him. Getting aggressive into their own jungle. It seems so counterintuitive in Dota to go to the enemy side of the jungle when you're behind like this, but you have to take risks because you assume that when he's that far ahead, they've warded everywhere on the outskirts. So it's very dangerous to enter your own jungle by yourself.
Well, he is right. That observer ward's on the hillside to the north of the Radiant jungle. There's one on the bottom ramp, and there's one just east of the mid-tier 2 tower. So Team Liquid have perfect coverage of anyone leaving the Team Secret base.
This is when you know you're ahead. You're showing cores at 1. Oftentimes in a game, Toby, when you're this far behind, what'll end up happening is you'll just go smoke and gank one or the other because you know for a fact that the cores are separated. But they can show this Razor up at top and Mind Control in mid with total impunity because, well, they just don't think they can die.
Mid one actually coming, like, at least their observer ward. Okay, they're going to start creep skipping. So mid one's moved between the tier 1 and the tier 2 tower and mid. Ace is farming up the dire jungle on the southern side.
Burrow, he's got his ult too.
Oh, yeah, he does. He
TP.
can actually kill them all right now. But then again, there's your Earthbind holding him on the edge. Storm Spirit jumps over. So a nice kill for Ace, but the relocate will kill him. But at this point, there's actually a semi-even trade.
That is...
It'll go the way of Liquid by a little bit, just because it's Ace.
That's still kind of okay-ish.
Fada. Okay, he's okay. TP just in time.
That was closer than I thought it'd be.
The damage that Razor can steal so quickly, 112. Throwing out the Tuskar shards, Yapsol snowballed into Miracle, so there was no escaping this.
Is this just going to be the day of stomps?
I think so. Day of the 20 minutes, right?
I mean, I guess we're just done at 5.
Gone in 20 minutes.
I'm trying to figure out a way. I think that Secret, if I'm being realistic, it's difficult. Like, at this point, your chances of coming back are probably less than %. But if you are going to do it, it probably hinges on Ace fighting pickoffs as soon as he gets... I think he's still going for the Shadow Blades.
Yeah, he just finished it.
If you get the Shadow Blade and you get maybe two or so like big pickoffs.
Now here he goes, he's going to attempt it onto Miracle. That would be a huge kill if they can claim it. Fada's in the neighborhood. And a couple lands to the face. Now here comes the help, but Doppelganger. It's so quick they tried to predict the Pit of Malice, but it will not work. GH is there to hold Miracle's hand. Mid one burning so much mana, and Ace having to poof away to safety. All the mana burnt from
barely gets
mid
over.
one. And yeah, poor Meepo. Getting picked off on the way out. Fada,
Okay.
He's getting glimpsed and then just jumps back to base. Timing off by a fraction of a second for Kuro.
Kuro with the whoops.
Team Liquid would be very happy to go high ground now. 25 seconds. Either that or they just Roshan. There's a double damage room waiting for them outside the pit just to make life a little easier.
Liquid has learned that Secret refuses to fight them under any circumstance. With that being the case, you're just going to avoid all fights at this point. They tried going for the pickoff like I suggested with the Shadow Blade, but they're so far behind right now, and the target that they opted to go for is probably the hardest one to kill.
Team Secret, they're coming over. GH, here comes the shards. Just keeping Liquid inside the pit. Poppy can get a pretty big decay out, and he's still got the Tombstone running around, so they're going to try and attack from all sides. Fada coming into Team Liquid. Now they're coming out. They actually missed the pit, and now Fada, as well as Yapsor, they protect themselves inside the snowball, but they're surrounded by
a lot of
Liquid, but
damage.
maybe, yeah, there is so much damage coming out. Ace jumped into the middle of this fight. Team Liquid, they've lost 2, they've claimed 3 back in return.
Miracle's low.
Miracle jumping up. Ace is going to pop right now, and it's all up to Poppy, the last man standing. Maybe with a buyback. Mid one, he wants to go for what? A steal now on Roshan? GH is already the medic on the front lines, and a regeneration rune just to make a better measure.
Yeah, and Fada and Yaps are both ping it out. That will kind of shut this out. All he can do is try to time things out as mind control.
He's battling mid one. Mid one can't attack that. That's 4 points up and untouchable. He can drag it back and do some magical damage, but that's not going to help him. Aegis Immortal into the hands of Miracle. A BKB at 16 minutes for the Razor too.
This is what it looks like when your forward position can't do anything. All 3 cores on the side of Liquid are in full. For a second there, though, it looked pretty promising for Secret. The Firestorm in that small, clumped-up area did so much work.
Imagine what would happen if they actually connected with a Pit of Malice, but it was only half a second. Like, if Secret was there half a second earlier with their abilities, then they could have potentially locked in Liquid inside the pit.
Yeah, Yapsor had such a good Ice Shards. He just locked 3 heroes in there for quite some time, but nobody could really respond. I guess Liquid always had the way out with the 4-step and the doppel,
Yeah.
but
They have enough items they can escape with. Mind Control's got the entire Hurricane fight.
this has been...
Quick day is a good day, right?
You expect this game at least. It is only game 1.
The bike
Missed Ace. Okay, he needed kills like that.
Yep, the
is how
Storm
you come
made
back.
life a little bit more difficult to get out. There's a lot of damage from Mind Control. Ace is going to be okay, though.
Remember in Dota 1 where there was no cap to the distance?
Yeah.
And you would do the Chen Enchantress send back trick at level 1 to get first blood on mid? Man, I love mechanic that. I mean, that one wasn't broken, so...
Yeah. That's like you saying fountain hooking was a legit thing.
yeah. Oh, mid one. Yo.
Thought he was going to pull that one, but
Yeah,
he
I thought he was going to dodge that too.
just taking it.
Good sir. That is a lot.
Just trying to help out Mind Control for his damage stats. But he has a haste rune, so he's going to start creep skipping out the top. Almost got the Fuel Scepter available too. But at the same time, new items start flooding in. So you already had the early Diffuser Blade from Miracle. Nice thing for him when the fighting is happening so early. But now he's finished up full Manta.
Thank you for not going Battle Fury. Oh,
You mean you haven't been enjoying these late game farming
mid one?
PLs? Mid one? Okay. The Tubberman had the damage for it.
He had 500 mana.
He did have 500 mana. He could have Ball Lightning TP'd. But can you blame him? Like, Team Secret right now, like, they've got to be in the fetal position. Just like, oh, just someone save us.
Yeah, he's getting rattled right there.
Yeah.
I very rarely have ever seen anyone make plays like that.
Barter. They're protecting him as much as they possibly can. He's completely out of mana. Poppy wants to help out with the decays, but there's more miracles where they came from. They just keep battling Poppy. He's got 13 one charges. Into the base they go. Miracle and GH together. Yabso wants to help out. The glimpse onto Underlord. His TP will be successful. But Poppy has still died underneath his own tier 3 tower. Team Liquid are just having a field day with this matchup. And Matubberman's entered the top lane. Ace has to come back, but his TP's on cooldown. His TP's on cooldown for 35 more seconds. I'm looking for one of the aces back at base, but they just don't exist, so he's walking one back now as the jump, the back lines. Whoa, mid one.
He is completely out of mana. I think they chase this.
Yeah, they do. He's got one Ball Lightning jump now. Nope, he's using it to kill off the creep wave. It's like is he just saying kill me? He still bought his Fuel Scepter, so there's no buyback available on mid one. Maybe he's helping you, Blitz. Nerf coming to Storm Spirit very, very soon.
I feel as though mid one right now feels as though he's checking out of. I don't say that lightly, but because like I said, he's one of the Storm. For a while, I think he was one of the few people to make it work. But in this game, there's not a whole lot that he can do. Yeah, this game has got to be very aggravating because they just simply can't kill anybody. You've got to feel pretty helpless at this point.
Yeah. That initiation too, when Ace was basically nowhere to be found, making life so hard. The tier 3 tower will drop. I think Ace is hoping for a kill. Kuro, if he put an Observer Ward up right now, he would have seen Ace TPing and potentially could have stopped it. But it may not matter. Miracle, 20 minutes in, takes the range tracks. Melee coming after it. Mid one, long jump in. Remember, you've still got that Aegis the Immortal. Miracle, doppelgangers, they can't even kill him. GH is holding the hand as they retreat back out again. And relocate. They're going after the Meepo. Ace, maybe try and fight this one. No. He brings the rest of him in just to do some damage, but 55 seconds now without Ace, adding the pressure on bottom. They're trying to group up around the relocate target, so this is huge for Team Secret to lock him in, but they need to kill Meepo as well. GH isn't enough, but Miracle's so strong, they burn the Aegis the Immortal. The rest of Liquid trying to come in to help. Enchantress still in the neighborhood. And now Miracle can start fighting again. The Crimson Guard, they're trying to protect themselves. Puppy can't get the TP off. Barter sticks around a little bit longer. He knows he'll be okay with the Dark Rift. Oh, Koro again. Only half.
That thing is getting
only half a second between the glimpse and the Dark Rift.
That is the second time Kuro messed that up, but I don't think he cares too much.
Right now, no. Here comes mid one, once in again. Pit of Malice is nice. 4-star. PL's in very deep, and Miracle will go down. 1,000 gold going the way of Yapsor of all people. A man highly deserving. Mind Control, Barter taking 5 years to actually hit him. So, okay, well, use the fire instead. He's got a bloody Hood of Defiance on the Enchantress too. So here comes mid one. They shard block him in. The Glimpse will take mid one a long way back, all the way back to Fountain because he TP'd the Ball Lightning this. And here we go again. He burns 90% of his mana to reach the front lines. Kuro at least can be sharded up. Here comes your Snowball as they want to initiate in harder, but Kuro 4-staffed in, which means Yamsor goes in way too deep. The pick can hit 4 heroes, but now Mind Control starts his work over on Barter. That one will cancel out his TP, but mid one in once again, focusing on the GH. They want him dead. They've almost got him as well. He didn't go down far enough. Mid one more attack. No! It's still not enough! Now we will finally bring him down. Liquid losing 3 at the
Ace is
root.
getting a lot here.
He's gonna bring in the extra friends, but they're coming so late. He was under the tier 1 tower, and with his Meepo at 10%, it wasn't enough. Puppey, he'll get glimpsed, so no TP out from him. The wall will even catch him. The electrified fence of death as Team Liquid. It's definitely become a little bit more of a bump, but it's also become a crazy pub game.
It's weird because Liquid are so stubborn right now. They're just like, we refuse to not fight you. We have to take this nonstop. This is
Is this a message that has to be sent?
Exactly. You gotta learn somehow, Toby.
Well, Miracle's taking the mid racks. You can learn how the effect of that's going to cripple Team Secret in the mid lane.
But you can see the impact that every single kill has on the net worth charts. Very well done as Ace. He just walked in there. If he could have gotten the kill on the Razor, that would have been a massive turnaround. I thought for a second that he had it.
What did Okay, so Yapzor actually bought a Spirit Vessel. This one requires them to get kills, however, but 2 will make life very, very difficult for the IO to give that extra life during the team fights. So if they can start changing some kills, the Spirit Vessel becomes useful. And Fada, they have the protection. Crimson Guard's doing a pretty damn good job at this point.
Secret, or Liquid, by the way, that was a little bit sloppy because the Meepo just walked in Shadowbladed and they didn't instantly have vision for him, so he got a very good initiation to begin the fights.
And now he's going to get himself a triple stack of Ancient too. This is kind of nice as long as he doesn't lose his Meepo.
Gotta be a little bit better about this.
Ace actually, does he have enough damage for this?
Yeah, he's fine.
Okay, he's good.
Yeah,
Gonna micro up the Meepos a little bit, thanks to the 10% life steal he gets at 15. But Team Liquid are grouping up on top now. So Mid1's pushing at the bottom lane. He's only a couple of 100 gold away from having the Orchid completed. There'll be no bounty runes, so he'll TP back home.
not easy, but their chances have gone from like 5% to like 8.
I was waiting for a bigger swing in the graph from you, Blitz. 3% is what you give him for this?
10 is a bit much, but I think it's not.
Can I push you for 9%?
Yeah,
we'll haggle this up to 9%.
You can get a 9.
Okay, 9%. Wonderful. As long as like they can find a couple of pick-ons, the Urn could do work. Now you've got the Orchid from mid one. So he's managed to get Orchid, Yules, as well as the Kaya. For a 25-minute Storm Spirit that was having a pretty damn bad time, he's managed to boost himself up to 510 gold per minute, and Team Secret are coming to fight. There's no Observe wards inside the base, so it's only a Sentry ward. And there's 4 heroes smoked up. Fada keeping the pressure, the push out, but the same thing's for Liquid. They're smoking up, they're moving through the Radiant jungle, but wait, are they... Roshan's alive. They're going in for Roshan?
Oh, this would be dastardly play, but Fada can get gone on.
Yeah, Fada's being initiated, but here comes Storm Spirit, the long jump right over the back lines, trying to go on the Disruptor. He was the one that was silenced up, but Team Secret, they've lost 2. The power is just way too strong when Matomamon pops that BKB. A double kill for him. The immunity is just too good.
They want Ace right now. They don't have the vision quite yet. They
He's
keep
got
seeing
Silver Edge in
half a
5
second.
seconds. The Glimpse gonna pull him back down again, trying to poof back out again. Able to work all the way home.
Nice timing, but now Liquid look like they just want to march all the way top.
Yeah. Pushed in through the mid, take out top, get the creep wave with you as well. Not much of a defense unless Storm, but man, he's burning so much mana to try and force out these lanes mid one. Fortifications available to buy some time. Mid one actually needs this so he can pick up some mana, jump straight in, straight back out again with the shards. The creep wave's at least licking its wounds, but they're going to catapult in the back line, so no issue for Liquid here at all. They're going to take a second lane of racks. Ace still not fully ready to fight. Now the Pit of Malice catching out 3. Shards are pretty good as well. Mid one jumping in. They want GH, and they do have that Orchid onto him, but they need to follow up damage. Here comes Ace walking in. The Meepo proves they're focusing on Matama, and the BKB will now come out from him. GH isolated in the back line, so he cannot be that heal, but when Ace is down, the damage is gone with him. Kuro's put down the perfect wall, the perfect storm, and mid one will fall. I think that's it. You've got to tap out now. 4 heroes without buyback, and GG indeed. Team Liquid, it took a little longer than the first series did today, but 28 minutes. Convincing fashion, apart from a small little hiccup at around the 20-minute mark.
Yeah, that was very thorough.
Look at him
And-
smile on Kuro. That was... Good game, boys.
I think that more than